Facebook. And hello to those of you who are on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, as well as the Leadership TKO Station.com's website. Welcome. Lakeisha-mcknight is here. It is time for the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I am, of course, excited to be here. I am your leadership specialist and wealth mentor. And so welcome aboard to the show, everybody. That goes on and happens 7 days a week, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single evening. Of course, I'm glancing over to this side here because I want to make sure that our audio and video is doing very well. And so welcome and good evening to all. Now, of course, it's evening here on the East Coast of the USA, and it could be early morning in other places around the world. But I thank each and every one of you who are viewing this particular stream on today. And for those of you who are listening in by way of audio podcast, thank you so much. Now, the whole goal of this live night show, which is also a podcast, okay, the whole goal really is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. And so I want to welcome you here, everybody. Thank you so very much for tuning into the show. And so many of you know that with this show, what we've been doing is focusing in on a series that's really in conjunction to and related to this particular book here, which is 103 Ways to Fail in Network Marketing, a guide to your success. And this is written by my mentors, Mrs. Valerie and Ty Best. And so we're going through these nuggets because I really want to see each and every one of us, right? Each and every one of us to succeed. It's not just about me, but it's about you succeeding as well. So before we dive into this nugget here, do me a quick favor so that we all can succeed. Go ahead, like or love this stream that you're watching right now or listening into. Go ahead and do that. Feel free to engage with others below or leave your questions as well. And then lastly, there is the share feature. So go ahead, share this thing out to your friends on Facebook, to groups, to fan pages, wherever it is that you want to share this, or do a watch party, okay? Because Facebook has a way by which it allows people who are connected to you to know when you're going live. So go ahead and do a watch party as well. Now, here's an important thing that you want to do. You want to take notes. Whenever you're a part of a live stream and it's a very educational one, you want to take notes so you can go back and definitely review it during your leisure. So I encourage you to do that because, of course, the content that comes from these authors here are extremely amazing and it will definitely help you to grow by leaps and by bounds. All right? So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the 82nd way to fail in network marketing. Now, we're not just going to just drop that nugget on you, right? And expect for you to just, boom, just succeed. Okay, so we're going to share the opposite. We're going to share what you need to do so you can succeed. So you want to do the flip side. You want to do the opposite of that failure point. Okay, so here's what they're saying. Refuse to analyze yourself, okay, your activity and your performance. So you're refusing to take a look at where you are and where you need to be. Now, here's what they say furthermore. When your business is not growing the way you think it should, and many of us have had that before, you're sitting back, you're like, I don't know why this thing ain't working. Why am I stuck? Why am I in the certain state that I'm in right now? And my business is just not blossoming the way that you would have it. The first person to critique is the one that you see in the mirror. That's the first person, the first thing that you need to critique is yourself and not pointing fingers like such and such is not doing it. It's not about, of course, your upline necessarily. It's about you, the person that you're looking at in the mirror. Okay, we want to blame the company. We want to blame the products. We want to blame the compensation plan. You want to blame your team or your sponsor or anything else or anyone else but yourself. And so you have to look at self. You say self says, right? Now, you might not want to do that in public because you don't want to seem a little crazy. But you want to make sure you take a closer look at yourself and figure out what are some ways in which I can evolve, in which I can, really become a better me. Okay, a better version of yourself. How can you do this one thing that my other mentor, my leadership mentor, Dr. John Maxwell, talks about a lot? he talks about the law of the lid. We've been hearing about this a lot as wealth builders, right? In a sense, of course, I'm a John Maxwell team member. I'm going to do you a quick favor. We're just going to go over it just a little bit and talk about ways by which you can grow your leadership ability, because that's what the law of the lid is truly all about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull something up real quick. It's not anything heavy or deep, okay? But I'm just going to pull something up and share my screen really quick. Yeah, of course, I got the inside area that I can access, but for right now, because we're streaming on social media, and I want to make sure that I'm in of course, my realm in which I'm able to share, I'm going to share with you this piece here. So give me a second. Okay, so of course, online, you can find a lot of this content online, but I want to show you this little piece here just to keep it simple. With the law of the lid, it simply states that leadership ability is the lid that determines a person's level of effectiveness. Let's repeat that one more time, okay? Leadership ability is the lid that determines a person, your level of effectiveness. So that can be involving your business, that can be with you as a mom or as a wife. It determines your level of effectiveness. The lower an individual's ability to lead, the lower the lid on his or her potential. So you have to work on your ability to lead. How do you grow? How do you strengthen? How do you enhance your ability to lead? What does that mean? And I'm going to stop sharing right there. How do you grow your leadership ability? Because you have to be trying to figure that out so that you can grow your effectiveness as a leader. Well, there are a couple of things that I have been shared and taught by John Maxwell that will definitely help to enhance your ability to lead. One thing that you want to always do is do a self-assessment. Just like this nugget says, you have to be able to analyze where you are. Now, figure out those areas that you may be struggling in. Now, if you feel like, man, I'm not doing a better job at relating with people. Okay, so what type of resources, what information, what can you plug into that's going to help you to grow your ability, strengthen your ability to relate to people, to connect with people? There are dozens, many, many books out there that will help you to do that. How to win and influence people, right? That's one that we heard about. John Maxwell, of course, has plenty of books when it comes to building your relationship, talking about how leaders connect. That's one of the books that he actually has, Leaders Connect. So you want to look up these authors here, take a look, read their content, and work on those elements, those skill sets for yourself. Your people skills, if you need to enhance those, work on that. Maybe you're saying, well, Lakeisha, I need to figure out how to lead well on social media. How do you lead on social media? Well, leading, all it means is influence. So what is your level of influence that you have on social media? Some people ask, well, does that really make a difference in growing your business online? Absolutely. Absolutely. If people perceive that you have a great amount of value to add to an industry, they're going to want to follow you. They're going to want to connect with you. They're going to want to really connect with you in a deeper way. I've had people say, well, Lakeisha, I've been following you for some time now. It may sound a little spooky when they say that, but what they mean is that they've been following the content. They've been seeing the information that's been posted, and it's resonating with them. They're relating to it. You see, there's a certain type of people that only you can relate to, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna understand what you're sharing, and they're gonna want more information. And of course, that means that you're growing your influence or the level of impact that you're having on people's lives. And so you want to make sure that you're adding value on social media. Okay, you don't have a whole lot of, lack of words now, nonsense that's being posted on social media that has no value whatsoever. You want to do something that's going to help to empower people, edify people, build people up, bring out the best in them, help them to unleash the leader within themselves. That's what you want to do. And so by posting inspirational content, educational content, by going live with something that's meaningful, not just, oh, you sitting back watching TV or just doing something just random. Yes, you want to let people into your life as well. That helps people to connect and relate to you. Like, for example, me not just posting about business, but me posting and sharing information about how I am a wife, right? And being a wife is a job. It's a job all by itself. Can the husband say amen? Can the wives say amen? All right. It is a absolute positively, yep, job. Okay. It's a great job. It's a lifelong job, but it is a job nonetheless. And so you have to work on that. Being a parent, like I'm a mom of 2, which feels like I'm a mom of 10. Okay. When you have 2 that are really little, but they have a whole lot of energy. So you have to have energy with them. If they want to just, play and run around the house, okay, I'm going to be a kid for a minute. We're going to run. Okay. And I'm going to make sure we're running for a minute. You're going to get tired by the time we finish running. Okay. So there are times and moments where you have to get to that level where they are. So for example, relating to a 4-year-old or a 7-year-old, because that's the ages of my kids, you can't just expect them just to sit back and, just sit there and read for hours. They're not. They want to play. They want to have fun. So how do I relate and connect with them? We're going to run and we're going to have fun. Okay. We're going to, I don't know, bake cookies. We're going to learn about money. We're going to play with the fake stuff so I can show you and compare, the fake stuff to the real stuff. You're going to understand things like this, and it's going to be educational, but it's going to be fun at the same time. And so you want to be able to relate, get to where people are. If people are struggling, I know that's really taking it really light, but people are struggling. So they want to understand that you're real and that you understand how they feel. They want to know how much you care first before they see what you have to offer. They don't care that you're offering gold. That's great. You can tell them, here's gold, acquire gold, exchange. Why? You know why? People want to know what's in it for them. How do you connect? And even with what you're sharing, what's in it for them? How is it going to be a blessing for them? That's what they really want to know. They can care less. It can do this, that. No. How is it going to change my life? What is it going to do? That's what they want to learn. That's what they want to know. So again, assess where you are. Strengthen your ability to lead. And leadership, there's a lot of elements to it. Relating to people, right? Communicating with them. Let's see what else when it comes to your character, being able to not just communicate verbally, but also paying attention to your nonverbal communication as well, which is extremely, extremely important. Being able to, because you're in business, being able to promote information, being able to enhance yourself as far as digging into books and reading, right? Being able to plug into empowerment conference calls or maybe even webinars or virtual events. These are just some ways to really strengthen your leadership ability, and you have to plug in. If you can look at where you were last year around this time, and if you can't see a difference, there's a problem. Think about where you were right now last year. So, okay, today is Sunday, May the 24th, 2020. So where were you? Think about what you were doing May the 24th of 2019. Has your life changed? Has your mindset about business, about being a parent, for those of you who are parents, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your own parents, what about your relationship with your friends, your circle? Has your circle changed? Because you're only a sum total of like the closest, maybe the top 5 to 10 people who are closest to you. So that's really going to predict your future and where you're going to be. Now, if you're hanging around a bunch of broke people, we already know how that's going to end up. So if you want to be somewhere different many months from now, you need to work on that now. Enhance that, change that. I know my cousin was talking about pruning. There's some stuff, like he said, there's some stuff you got to let go. Sometimes enhancing your leadership ability means letting go of certain things. Right. I could never understand that for the life of me, but I knew, like, the closer I would want to connect with certain people, I wasn't able to. It was like God was like, nope. I was like, what? And me and God was just like, I was like, why not? So, and sometimes you don't understand it. You really don't. But you just gotta say, you know what, God, I give up. You know what, you win. You win. Okay. I'm not gonna win here. I'm not. You just have to let go and let God, because He knows what's best. And when you do that, I'm telling you, your leadership ability is going to shoot through the roof. The people are not even going to be able to recognize you. And there's going to be some people who are going to be like, oh, she different. Oh, now, of course, I want to use some other words, that I used to use in Jersey, but I'm not going to go there right now. She different. She trying to be different. Oh, she thinks she, above everybody. No, it has nothing to do with that. There's a certain path that I'm taking. There's a certain journey that I'm heading in. And if you're not going in that direction, sometimes pruning hurts. Sometimes pruning is, it's not gonna be easy for everybody. And so it's a must. In order to grow, you got to let go of those things that are dead. Woo. In order to grow, you got to let go of the things that are dead. That's like dead weight, and you got to drag that thing with you. You can't drag that into the next season. You know what? We could learn a lot from Abraham and him trying to haul Lot with him. He wasn't supposed to take Lot and everybody else with him. He's supposed to go with his with his immediate family, and leave. Oh, he thought that he wouldn't be able to bring Lot and his family too, and that's why all of that conflict arose with all of them, and they had to part ways. He wasn't supposed to bring Lot. Okay, that's a whole nother stream. But for biblical scholars, you understand what I'm talking about. Work on you. Enhance your leadership ability. Analyze your performance and what you're doing. It's not about the system. The system works. We see all of those successful people who are doing extremely well with this company. Doesn't matter what company you're a part of. I know I'm a part of an e-commerce company based out of Stuttgart, Germany. You might be a part of another company, but I know that the system works. And so it can't be the system. If there's an issue, I have to look to myself. And if there is an issue, recognize it and call it as such and do something about it. Don't sit back and say, woe is me, I can't do this, I can't do that. Figure it out. Figure it out. See what that issue is. And if there's some people that you confide in, get like if you have like two trusted people you can go to and you ask them the question, if you were to be honest about what you've seen in me, and if you feel that there's some areas that you feel that I can work on and enhance, what would that be? Go to your two trusted friends, two people that you know will tell the truth about where you are in your life, and see what they tell you. And they should be honest with you and not, be afraid to tell you the truth, that as if they're going to hurt your feelings. Now, of course, you want to make sure they give you that disclaimer first. Like, this might hurt a little bit, and just let them share it with you. And then work on it. Work on it. Like, of course, I know, like, my husband will be that one. He'll tell me the truth, like, in a heartbeat. It was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. And it can hurt, too, when it comes from your spouse. Because you're like, wait a minute, well, you're quick to point fingers and be like, you did this, you do this. No, see, God has really taught me to say, just be quiet and see what he has to say. Okay? And then, of course, take it in. Now, there are certain other individuals that I would trust to tell me the truth, but there's some things, too, because you don't hang around with certain people, especially during this quarantine, that's kind of really hard to get. So, but, they'll be able to share some information with you. So go to your trusted sources, okay? Go to them. Don't be afraid. It's time to grow, all right? See, if you don't know, you're not going to grow. So ask the questions. Ask the questions so you can begin to grow and raise that lid, your leadership ability, so you can be more effective in your business. That's what the law of the lid is all about. Leadership ability. If somebody tells you different, it's not correct. The law of the lid is about your leadership ability so that you can enhance your ability to be effective in whatever environment you're a part of or you're in. So again, I appreciate your time on tonight. Thank you so much for those of you, you're like, man, Lakeisha, what is it? What is that K about that's behind you? Well, if you must know, right, that thing over there, that's gold. That's just a picture of gold. And, I am an advocate, okay, an ambassador, if you were to say that, for an amazing e-commerce company based out of Germany, as I mentioned. And we're helping people to become educated about money and really about how to get your hands on real money. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole long spiel, but here's what I will say. If you don't have gold, everything else you have is credit. And we know credit is debt, a liability. So if you don't have gold, which is real money, just like Robert Kiyosaki, you all know him, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. He says gold is God's money. You can look it up in the Word, Haggai 2:8, Revelations 3:18. The Bible speaks of it in many other verses. But gold is God's money, just like silver and a few other things, was a part of the barter system in biblical times. And so everything truly belongs to God, but that was used as a means of exchange, currency, during that particular time. And so I want to encourage you, if you don't have gold, physical, tangible gold in your portfolio to build wealth with, if you don't have that tier one asset, what do you have? Paper? Anything related to the stock market? Do you know how fragile the stock market is? And we've only just gotten started with that. Okay? So please understand, get educated, learn about gold, learn about assets in general, and make some educated decisions. Now, if you're someone, you're like, Lakeisha, I would love to learn about it. Great. Send me an inbox message. Now, if someone, one of my wealth building partners out there, if they shared this video with you or did a watch party, get back with them and say, hey, such and such, I want to learn more about gold. Do you know that you can start learning about gold and receive a free gold savings account? Yes, it's free. Free. And you can learn about this amazing asset called gold. Asset, tier one, no risk. And here's the thing. There's no cost to registering, and there's no required monthly fees. No, nothing we do is mandatory. Everything is voluntary. So get back with that person. Let's get you plugged in with a free account. You can learn about money. You can learn how to even enhance your leadership ability, because we have a huge amount of resources that you'll be able to plug into. And people who will pour into your lives, people who have been in this industry, this model of business for quite some time, and they want to pour into your lives as well. So perhaps you need information, need more information than what I'm sharing with you tonight. I want to encourage you to definitely tune in at 9 o'clock. We have what we call a training. Okay, there is a training tonight. For those who are plugged in already, great. This fast track training at 9 o'clock is going to help you. We normally have a wealth building presentation. It happens Monday through Saturdays. Okay, Monday through Saturdays. And it normally happens at 12 noon as well as 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you have questions about the information that I'm sharing with you tonight, get back with the person that shared this with you, and they will make sure you view an 8-minute video and also have your questions answered. Get plugged in, because the training starts at 9 o'clock p.m. and you're going to want to know how to set up your account. So there's a little bit more to it. We want to make sure you get off to the fast track and you get your account off and running, okay? So again, thank you so much for your time on tonight. We're going to be back with another episode here with the Leadership TKO live night show. We're going to be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so until then, I want to encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone. God bless. And I hope to catch you on the 9 o'clock training. Take care, everyone.